Nothing is funny anymore. I'm sure by now everyone has heard the shocking news about influencers Kristy Sarah and Desmond Scott, because honestly, this one really caught people off guard. For a lot of fans, this didn't even feel real at first. People were in disbelief. There were rumors floating around, whispers online, but nobody wanted to believe it until Desmond himself confirmed it with a post. And once he did that, it was like the internet just froze for a second. The post made everything hit different. It made the divorce real. Fans were shocked, confused, and honestly heartbroken because Kristy and Desmond were one of those couples people really believed in. They looked solid, they looked happy, they looked like they had everything going for them. From the outside, they seemed like a genuine, decent couple, loving couple who built a life together, and that's why this divorce hit people so hard. Now, looking back in recent posts and videos at the time, fans noticed something was off about Kristy. She looked sad, she looked drained, she didn't even have her usual spark, but nobody really understood why. Now it all makes sense. People are rewatching the videos and realizing that she was probably already dealing with a lot behind the scenes. Even some of their recent videos together, fans were in the comments saying things like, something is different, or even, something feels off. They didn't seem the same anymore, and people couldn't put their finger on it, but they knew something was wrong. The energy doesn't lie. And now that everything has come out, it's clear that what fans were sensing was real. Another big topic everyone is talking about is the house. Kristy and Desmond didn't just buy a house, they built a massive home from the ground up. This wasn't just overnight, it took about 2 years to finish. They documented parts of the journey, talked about it proudly. They just had moved in not too long ago. So now fans are wondering, what's going to happen to the house? Who's going to keep it? Are they going to sell it? Are they going to split it? Because that house represents years of work, love, planning, and building a future together. And the fact that they didn't even get to enjoy it for long before everything fell apart just make the situation even sadder. Now, this wasn't just any house. It was a massive house with a lot of very, very personal touch and details involved. So this really is really, sad. Now, a lot of fans are saying this situation made them lose hope and love a little bit, because if they couldn't make it work, two people who've been together forever, built a family, built businesses, built a brand, then people are asking, what does that say about relationships today? Talk about how they built their platform, because that's a huge part of why this divorce feels so personal to people. Kristy and Desmond are both content creators. They didn't even just randomly go viral. They built their fan base through consistency, personality, and their relationship. People loved them because they were funny, relatable, and full of charisma. We know not to compare our lives to Desmond and Kristy, but a lot of fans do believe that they were the blueprint. They were actually, people thought they were actually a decent, solid, all around, just chill couple. And no one is perfect by far, but they seem like they had it together. So it's really unfortunate that all of this is going down, and their content is just different. Not only their content together was good, individually they had their own things going on, and that's the beauty of it. They came together, but they also could separate, and the content is still as good. They carried a lot of light, fun, comical moments, and just a lot of inspirations as well. Desmond became known for being the chef of the households. Fans loved seeing him cook for Kristy, for the kids, for the family. His cooking content wasn't just about food, it showed love, effort, and care. It made people admire him as a husband and father. People truly enjoyed watching him cook, watching his special recipes, watching him put things together and feeding it to his family. While Kristy, on the other hand, completely stole people's heart. She had spunk, she had style, she had charisma, she was funny, unique, and unapologetically herself. She wasn't just trying to be like anyone else, and that's why people connected with her so deeply. Her personality felt real, not curated. But as their platform grew, their lives changed, and fans are now questioning whether these things, those changes played a role in their downfall of their marriage. Kristy travels a lot. She always on the go, brand deals, events, and opportunities. And some fans are speculating that maybe this created distance in the relationship. While she was traveling, Desmond was often home with the kids, holding things down. And don't get it twisted, this isn't just about blaming Kristy. We're not blaming Kristy at all. But people are wondering if that physical distance combined with fame and temptation and time apart slowly chipped away at their connection. Fans all over the internet are sharing their opinions on why they believe the marriage didn't last. One of the biggest conversations is, Kristy had everything and he still cheated. And that's the part that's hitting people the hardest. She's beautiful, successful, loyal, a great mother, and she built an empire, and yet infidelity still happened. It just goes to show you that cheating has nothing to do with how good a woman is. A woman can do everything right and still get betrayed. And the reality is something a lot of people are coming onto terms with through this situation. Another major factor fans bringing up is their history. Now, they have been together since they were 14 years old. They're literally high school sweethearts. They grew up together, they become adults together, they've experienced life together from such a young age. And while that's beautiful, some people believe that could also be a part of the problem. When you've only been with one person your entire life, some people are starting to wonder what else is out there, especially once fame, money, and attention enter the picture. People start feeling like they have options they never had before. Fans believe that maybe Desmond wanted something different. Maybe he wanted to experience more, and instead of handling that in a mature and honest way, he crossed the line. What makes this even more complicated is that Desmond admitted he talked to Kristy about separating before everything came out. The detail that these are business partners. They built brands together. They made a lot of money together. They've signed deals together. So now the question is, how do you untangle all of that? People believe the divorce could get messy, not because of the drama, because there's a lot at stake. Assets, businesses, property, income streams. And when love and business collide, things get tricky fast. Still, despite all of this, most fans are standing firmly behind Kristy. They believe she did the right thing by leaving at first sign of cheating. They believe she chose herself, her peace, her dignity, and they respect her for not staying where she was no longer valued. At the end of the day, this situation is a reminder that what we see online is never the full story. Relationships can look perfect on the camera and still be falling apart behind closed doors. And as painful as it is, fans are hoping that both Kristy and Desmond can heal, especially for the sake of their children. Because one thing is clear, that this wasn't just a breakup, this was the end of a chapter that a lot of people growing to love. Them as a couple, them being, content creators, doing their content together, doing their goofiness, and just showing their relationship and their life in a funny way online. But the biggest takeaway from all of this is that it's never okay to compare yourself to people online. Social media has become such a toxic place, and not always on purpose, but because people are constantly comparing their real life to what someone else is choosing to show on the internet. And that's the key word, choosing. What we see online is sometimes planned, it's edited, it's highlights, it's moments. It's not the full story. Kristy and Desmond look like the perfect couple to a lot of people. People look at their marriage and thought, I want that. They look solid, happy, successful, and in love. But now we're seeing that behind the scenes, things were not okay. And that doesn't mean they were fake. It just means they were human. This is just a reminder that we truly do not know what's going on in people's real lives. We don't know what the conversations are happening. We don't know what struggles people are dealing with privately. And comparing your relationship and your body, your lifestyle, or your happiness to someone else online is unfair to you. Because real life happens off camera. Because the internet is temporary, real life is what matters the most.